Now delighted to introduce the participants of this morning's Fireside Chat, and I've got to say I'm pretty excited about this one. Today we'll begin with a very special conversation between Anna Brown OAM, the CEO of Equality Australia, and someone who had a big impact on me when I was coming out because of how boldly they expressed their sexuality and sexual energy. It was very influential. It's the legendary feminist musician, producer, director, and performance artist, Peaches! Please join me in warmly welcoming Anna and Peaches.
Thanks, Mon. I think Mon and I are queer people of a certain age, so for me to it's such a privilege and pleasure to be sitting on stage with you, Peaches, because you played such a formative role in my time coming out as well. You just came onto the scene, I think, with the Teach the Peaches in 2000, when Britney and the Bloodhound Gang and a few other that's sort of where it was, and then you just disrupted onto the scene with this explosive electro-clash, gender-bending, sexually powerful music, and it really blew everyone away and blew my little mind as a 20-something-old. Today, we're here to chat about, I guess, the politics of your music. But for those that don't know, tonight Peaches will be, I'm sure, blowing the roof off the Sydney Town Hall at Ultraviolet, the women's event. So the ticket of the festival, I would say, and certainly I think Kate, my amazing wife and CEO of Sydney World Pride, this is her special event as well, and we're really delighted you can be here.
Thank you so much. I'm delighted to be here. This is great.
I want to start by asking you about whether you made an intentional decision to make your music as a form of activism.
I guess it was like I didn't think that the album would go further than maybe my bedroom or the local club scene in Toronto. So it was a form of activism for myself. It was a time when I was thinking about all the music I loved growing up and how lyrically, it didn't relate to me at all. I would be singing songs about, not my songs, but singing along with songs about having sex with underage virgins. And I'd be like, why am I singing that? Or, big-legged woman ain't got no soul. Why am I singing that? So I thought, how can I twist these words around to make them what I want to sing about? Because I loved all this music, but I didn't find that there was something relatable for me, that there was a certain standard, a certain way of saying things, and if you didn't say it that way, it seemed very strange, And there were certain songs for me on the radio when I was little that also would make me feel weird, and then later on I'm like, oh, those are the songs that changed things for me, you know? So in that way, it was like a form of activism for myself, and also in choosing electronic music, that was not a trend. That was like Euro trash, coming from North America. And I wanted to use electronic sounds because I wanted to produce myself, which was also a form of activism because there wasn't, female-identified producers that I knew of. So using this machine was a way of producing because it was all in the box, so I could find a way to make it all in the same world.
Incredible.
So that was also a form. And then also bridging sort of like this directness of hip-hop that I loved and the, repetitive riffing of rock music that I loved. So merging those musics and making an intersection of dance and all those different kinds of music was also not a thing then.
Yeah. And I mean, really, and we'll get more into the message of your music, but even, the form, the drawing on rap, which has a political history, but also the punk, the DIY nature of the electronic music. It's, I mean, you seem to be combining two very political strands of music already.
And actually, if I can expand on it more, I know it's only the first question, we don't have a lot of time, but and this is not about, but I can sing very well. I'm a singer, and I decided, oh, thank you. I'm a singer. But I made a conscious choice. Also, I didn't want to make this the first album. I didn't want to sing on the first album. I wanted to kind of just give my message the most direct way possible. I also didn't want to be any of the messages to be lost in singing and people to, for lack of a better word, judge the singing, like, or just hear the melodies. So, and I wanted every sound to have its own spot in the way that punk music does. I wasn't very interested in layering it all, so it was all like...
punch in the face.
Yeah.
And then coming now to what you want people to take from, I guess, your music, the message from your music, and I mean, just listening to your tracks, you're in many ways diarising the trauma, but also the strength of the female body and the queer experience. What did you want people to learn listening to your music?
I guess I didn't want them to learn. I wanted them to understand that it's okay. You know, in the way that I would listen and sing along with things that had no meaning to me, although I loved music and wanted to create. I wanted people to just find a way to make music relatable to them, or say like, wait, that relates to me. I haven't found other music that relates to me. This is powerful for me. This is something that can help me think about how I can, you know, have a positive relationship with my body, with my, you know, because patriarchal society always is really good at helping you shame your body.
Yeah.
And not helping you sort of be who you need to be.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because everybody needs to be who they need to be, and we don't just need to be one way or the other. So, yeah.
I feel like we could clap at every sentence, but it might take a while. So many people have said your music really is art. So you've talked a bit about what your music is for you, but let's dig into that a bit more. Is it protest, therapy, art, all of the above?
To me, art is always, good art to me is always protest or questioning or giving strong statements. To me, that's very important. So, and in terms of art too, it's just not pure. It all starts from the song, but also with the performance, it really can elevate the idea of and the idea of what the songs are about, and help people to feel free, because there's a lot of humor too, and the humor I feel is very important, especially for the confused and naysayers, because you can find yourself like, you'll be there like this, and then something's funny, you're like, oh, oh, it's okay, all right, it's okay.
It's disarming.
Yeah, disarming, that's yeah.
Yeah.
That's what this is.
You were also saying, or you've always said you wanted the mainstream to come to you.
Yeah.
Do you feel like it has? And how does it feel that it's come to you?
It's pretty crazy. That was like such a bold line, because I like what we were talking about in terms of like, you know, performance and just identification in general. It was, I was like, yeah, this is the mainstream. I want it to come to me. I'm not going to water it down. And then things have shifted.
They really have.
And it's really powerful. Yeah.
How do you feel about that, having that impact?
I mean, I can't take credit for
all social change over the last few decades?
I can't take credit for that, but I feel very, very, and I don't know until people tell me, you know, and then someone like you, Anna, that's doing such amazing work and